Geo-Surface Quick Start, Guide Part 10, Importing a GeoTIFF to display as the HD elevation map layer. If your region doesn't have LiDAR coverage, or if you have your own high-accuracy elevation data, you can import it into Geo-Surface as a GeoTIFF. Once imported, your GeoTIFF will override any existing elevation or LiDAR data. It will be used for all elevation lookups, including click-to-view elevations, and for generating terrain profiles when designing in Geo-Surface Designer. Here are some important requirements for importing your own elevation data into Geo-Surface. Your data must be in GeoTIFF format. The file size should be 50 megabytes or less. Pixel values should represent elevation in meters. And the GeoTIFF must use the EPSG 4326 coordinate system, also known as WGS84. If you have elevation data in point format like a shapefile, you can use QGIS to interpolate it using TIN interpolation. Make sure your data includes a column with elevation values in meters, and set this column as the attribute to interpolate. Set the extent to match your shapefile layer, and choose a resolution of around 1 to 2 meters depending on the size of the field. Once the interpolation is complete, check the resulting layer to make sure it looks smooth. If it appears jagged or shows artifacts from the original points, it may indicate poor quality elevation data, and it might not be usable. Finally, export the interpolated layer as a GeoTIFF using the EPSG 4326 WGS84 coordinate system. Be sure to set the NoData value to 0 to avoid a black outline around your map. If all of that feels a bit overwhelming, don't worry, and we can process your data for you for a small fee. Just send us a message through the contact form on the website, and we'll get back to you with the details on what we need to get it into the correct format. Also keep in mind, you may now see interpolated elevation values in areas where you didn't actually collect data. When using the GeoTIFF in Geo-Surface, don't assume those elevations are accurate. If parts of the map look strange in 3D view, that's expected. It's just the interpolation filling in the gaps. Always make sure to only work with regions where you collected accurate data. Import your GeoTIFF layer into Geo-Surface Explorer or Designer using the Import GeoTIFF function. If everything is set up correctly, the GeoTIFF will be colorized and displayed in the correct location on the map. From this point on, elevation lookups within the GeoTIFF area will use your data's elevation values instead of the underlying LiDAR data. If you see white space in the map area like this, it usually means your GeoTIFF is not using the required coordinate system. To fix it, open the file in QGIS and export it using the required EPSG 4326 WGS84 coordinate system. If you have drone data with very high resolution, like this drone DSM with 1 centimeter pixels, you'll likely need to resample it to something more manageable. Geo-Surface isn't designed to handle extremely high-resolution surfaces. It works best with data at around 1 to 2 meters resolution. Also make sure to save the resampled version to EPSG 4326 WGS84 coordinate system.